Where 70 years ago we forged together collectively as a we to move forward as a nation, there has been, in Harvard professor Robert Putnam's words, a distinct disintegration of we in America today. And that is having devastating effects. Our social fabric seems to be coming apart at the seams. A culture of individualism, moral relativism, and hedonism, etc., has pervaded our world, all in an attempt to get what's best for me. Not me, but me. As the saying goes, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? With so much disparity, however, comes hope. And we have a lot of opportunity ahead of us to mend broken lives and to strengthen families and individuals by moving lives forward through our healing, comforting, and empowering work. Systemically, we need to right the ship and return to the days when it took a village, a church, or a community to raise a child. We need to build a culture of inclusion and reverence for all human life. We can do this through more effective collaboration and by striking a balance between self-reliance and a realization of our own interdependence. We have a responsibility to care for ourselves and respect, honor, and enhance the well-being of everyone from conception until natural death. In the words of Pope Francis, this can also happen through accompaniment. He says, we need a church capable of walking by people's sides, listening to their dreams and sharing in their disappointments, without losing hope or becoming bitter. We need to be able to sympathize with the brokenness of others, without losing our own strength and identity. Vulnerability and strength go together. True accompaniment recognizes that the journey's purpose is to reach the destination. That gradualism has a goal, the perfection of charity. As you know, the family is the domestic church, and it's a privilege for Catholic Charities to pour ourselves out to them so that we can help them become the best people God intended them to be. One way we're addressing this is by developing life plans for each individual who comes through our doors. These plans address life challenges and any barriers to entry that might impede one's success. And they tackle issues like parenting education, financial literacy, education and career goals, housing needs, and mental health concerns. This requires a true collaborative effort with like-minded organizations for us to have successful outcomes. Our goal is to help every individual to discern and foster the gifts God has given them. And our vision is marked by compassion and love of neighbor, by integrating mind, body, and spirit through our work with each person. God has entrusted us with his children, with his people. At Catholic Charities, this is a sacrament of service. It's not about us. Our staff reflect our values in that they are committed and compassionate servant leaders. They're people who live out our mission of serving the poor and vulnerable every day throughout our state, and who have, over their tireless years of service, helped to establish us as one of the leading nonprofits in the state. Indeed, for many, theirs is a silent heroism born of daily self-sacrifice. We're also blessed with a hardworking board, dedicated committee members, volunteers, and donors who regularly contribute their time and talent and who are passionate and engaged. I'm incredibly thankful for your service and commitment. Now I want to share with you some key highlights from this past year. First, our parish and community outreach staff connected with over 18,000 people at our 10 district offices throughout the state through pastoral counseling, case management, and emergency assistance services. The New Hampshire Food Bank distributed 11 million pounds of food last year, a 29% increase from the prior year. Thank you, Mel and team. At St. Charles Children's Home in Rochester, we solidified our school-based therapeutic day program and ended last year doubling the number of students in attendance. And in addition to 4 of our nursing homes continuing to be rated as top in the state, we completed our purchase of Ward Rehabilitation and Health Center in Wyndham. And this has helped to strengthen and diversify our long-term care portfolio. Within the next year, with a lot of work ahead of us, we'll embark on a new 3 to 5 year board strategic plan, which will be driven by our balanced scorecard and core values work throughout this past year. We're in the implementation phase of a new software platform that allows us to bring all of our programs together, coordinating pathways out of poverty, like Our Place's pregnancy and parenting program, immigration legal services, parish and community case management and support services, counseling, food distribution at the food bank, etc. These programs will now work more interdependently. We'll work collaboratively to help open the first Dismiss House in New Hampshire. This program will offer new female parolees the ability to transform their lives by living in a structured home environment that actively prepares them to be reintroduced into society. We'll begin renovations and upgrades at 3 of our nursing facilities around the state: St. Vincent's in Berlin, St. Anne's in Dover, and Ward Rehabilitation and Health Center in Wyndham. And we will build a portable production kitchen area at our New Hampshire food bank, where we'll be able to process and package dried goods for private label manufacturing, which will generate additional revenue that will allow us to purchase more food to distribute. I'm constantly humbled by the work that we do.